Have you been a cybersecurity manager for a while now? Delivering results, keeping systems secure, and earning respect from your peers? But you still find yourself on the outside during strategic conversations. You're in back-to-back meetings, patching vulnerabilities, juggling escalations, and always chasing the next fire. But never in the room when setting strategic direction. It's like you're inside a castle. It's strong, the defenses are tight, and those around you admire it. Yet you're not the one holding the blueprints. The business doesn't yet trust you enough to hand them over to you. You're not trusted to decide where those walls should go. It's a common issue for cybersecurity managers. They have years of experience. They know exactly what the castle requires, but they are not permitted to act on it. They're caught in that gap between being the protector and becoming the vision setter. The skills that got you to cybersecurity management, technical strength, operational delivery, and incident response are not always what propel you into leadership. Think of it like chess. Managers are skilled at moving the pieces efficiently. Leaders set the strategy before the game begins. It's about aligning cybersecurity with the business objectives and using policy and governance as strategic tools, not just something to satisfy the auditors. As Dr. Mansour Hasib said so well, cybersecurity is the mission-focused and risk-optimized governance of information which maximizes confidentiality, integrity, and availability using a balanced mix of people, policy, and technology while perennially improving over time. That's not about patching faster. It's about using governance, risk management, and policy as strategic tools that develop your security posture and influence your organization's direction. The data confirms this. Many organizations face strategic burnout and tool bloat, especially when they struggle to turn alert overload into decisions. TechRadar found that 61% of admins are overwhelmed by alert data, and 60% cite staffing issues as a barrier to proactive security. When you haven't entered that strategic space, you become just another foot soldier, standing on the wall, looking for people trying to get into your protected space. You need to think differently. You need to be the one deciding the way forward. At leadership levels, executives aren't asking, "Can you manage incidents?" They're asking, "Can you shape our cybersecurity vision for the next 3 to 5 years?" Without that shift, you're perceived as the operator rather than the strategist. It doesn't have to remain that way. Once you assume leadership, you become a trusted partner, someone who develops secure processes, not firefighting, but supporting the business's safe growth. The stakes are high. Boards expect CISOs and security leaders to communicate risk in terms of ROI and organizational impact. Yet many cybersecurity CISOs present overly optimistic security images, confuse them with technical jargon, and use figures that obscure the message. They find it challenging to command real authority or engage in strategy level decisions. Returning to our castle metaphor, the aim is not to guard the walls. You should be at the war table, determining which walls are the most vital and where our defenses should be extended. If you don't close that gap, you remain the protector, but never the strategist. You risk being bypassed for promotions, burning out from constant reactivity, or being seen as a bottleneck. Half of cybersecurity professionals anticipate burnout within 12 months, while 62% of cybersecurity leaders have faced burnout at least once, and 44% multiple times. These pressures aren't just personal, they impact organizational effectiveness. Burnout is closely linked to errors that cause breaches. 83% of IT security professionals say stress has led someone on their team to make mistakes resulting in breaches. If you're never given the blueprints, you keep patrolling the same walls year after year while someone else shapes the future. So, what are you going to do about it? You could try this 4-step framework. Number 1, recognize the difference. Know that leadership uses different skills from management. Management is about execution, making sure projects get finished, issues get resolved, and the castle walls are constantly manned. Leadership is about direction, deciding where the defences should go and why. If you don't consciously recognise the difference, you'll keep proving that you're a great operational worker, and people will keep you there. Recognising it is the first step in shifting how others see you and how you see yourself. Number 2, enhance your leadership communication skills. Learn to translate technical risk into business impact so leadership listens. You could have the sharpest technical insight in the room, but if you can't explain it in a way that resonates with a CFO or COO, it's wasted. Leaders speak the language of priorities, opportunities, and risk. Your job is to reframe security issues in those terms. When you do this well, you stop sounding like the security department and start sounding like part of the leadership team, which is precisely where you want to be. Number 3, use GRC and policy as strategic tools. Make governance, risk, and policy work for influence, not merely compliance. Too many managers view GRC as just paperwork or checklist. However, in security leadership, GRC is the methodology we use to lay the foundations of the castle walls. Well-crafted policies provide clarity and authority to your decisions. Governance frameworks help you influence how the business manages risk. This isn't about filling binders. It's about creating a structure that aligns decisions, resources, and behavior across the organization. Leaders don't just follow the framework, they use it to lead. Number 4, position yourself as a business partner. Stop being viewed as the source of friction and instead become the one who facilitates progress, guiding the business to make better decisions and take smarter risks. If the business views you as the person who says no, they will begin finding ways to bypass you. Being a partner means collaborating with them to achieve their objectives safely, not hindering their process or progress. It's about shifting from being a gatekeeper to a guide, helping the business take risks in a way that supports growth without opening the doors to chaos. This isn't about doing more work, it's about making what you already do more effective. If this resonates with you, don't let it stop here. Discover your security leadership readiness score and how to improve it to get a promotion. It's a short quiz that will get you thinking about your skills, where you need a little work to begin acting strategically. I'll link it in the description. Once you've finished your quiz, you'll get an overview of your score, and if you give a real email address, you'll get a 10-day free email mini course delivered to your inbox every day, which will help you on your journey to cybersecurity leadership. When you're ready for a profound shift, particularly using governance, risk, and policy as leadership tools, you can explore my Information Security Policy Writer course. I created it for technical cybersecurity managers like you who want to be recognized as strategic leaders, not just operational defenders. Think of it as a GRC crash course for technical cyber professionals who have been hands-on with the tools for years. The earlier you start, the earlier people will see you holding the blueprints, not just guarding the walls. If you like what I said today, consider subscribing. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.